Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So some of you have suggested in the comments below that you wanted to see the route that I take to gather these mystic things to upgrade your mystic abilities. I mean, like, there has been a lot of guys out there. I really don't like to regurgitate things. But since a lot of you asked my take, I will show you my gathering route. Obviously, it's gonna not be the same route as you see other people do, because I'm doing this in the mindset of having multiple worlds that I can loot from. So time is of the essence, meaning that if I were to gather everything, right? Like, I am not going to go after the ones like over here or the twos over here and another two over there. I'm going to try to bulk gather as much as possible with the least amount of time that I'm wasting traveling. So like, for example, there's one right here, right? And there's a 7 right here. I'm going to gather the 7. I'm not going to run all the way to the +1 right here just to gather this one, and then all the way run all the way over here to gather that one, and then run back over here to gather that. No, that's not efficient the way that I'm doing it, because you have the mindset that you have multiple worlds to gather from, as well as online world. I'll show you how you can kind of manipulate your instance on the online world. So first off, I'm going to show you that right now, so that the people who already know how to gather efficiently, at least you're going to learn something new on how to change the instance of where you spawn. Meaning that, let's say your world that you go online to and you see like everybody, all the horses are doing macros and gathering the stuff. I really wish we could just PK those people. Like, why did they have to remove the part where we could set a bounty on ourselves, and then the bounty is shooting us but also kills the person on the horse? But unfortunately they deleted that, and now we can't do that. Okay, so let's recognize, I think he's not AFK. He jumped. Wait, is he AFK? Well, let's do. So most of the time, if you don't see, like right now, nobody is here, so I can gather these vicious things easily, right? So when you see an opportunity like that, you might as well do that. But one efficient way is that if you see an opportunity like this, that's when you begin your 5-minute route routine, because once you begin here, the timer starts then. And then after the 5 minutes is up, these things will respawn, and you are the only one who knows when these flowers respawn. So that means that if a random person comes in between like 2 to 3 minutes, they will not see these flowers, and you will know that you can gather the next cycle, and then you can just keep repeating the cycle over and over. And the route that I'm about to show you for online gathering, once you master it, you'll be able to gather everything. And then when you spawn back to this particular point, those flowers will already be up. So you don't really have to time it. You don't have to, like, you know, look at your watch or anything. You just go through the motion, and then you go right back to this waypoint, and you can gather again and again and just do the whole rotation. And nobody will know the spawn rate, because when they come in, it's already like a minute or two that you already gathered before that. So that means like they'll probably just leave and not even bother gathering. So no one's gonna bother you in terms of gathering these things. So anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, going back to how do you change your instance. So we have to find someone that tells us that we're in an instance that there is someone here. So, okay, let's just recognize this guy over here. Since he's over here, yeah, he's probably AFK. He's just jumping like that. So if I were to change instance, he will not be there, and then maybe some other horse is gonna be somewhere else. But let's see now. So in order for you to change instance, you have to take advantage of this thing over here. It's called Pardon Parade. If you see that there are some people doing the Pardon Parade, that means that you could join their instance, and that their multiplayer could be different than your multiplayer. So sometimes you even might get, let's say, latency, right? When you have latency and you join it, that means you're in a different world and different server, and then you can check the gathering place. If you don't mind, you know, a little bit of input delay, but it will get you to a new instance. So why don't we try that out right now? So I'm going to click this person, and I'm going to run to it. Usually, like, if this person is in the same instance, well, right now, as you see, my instance, if you look at the top left corner, I have some latency right there. Before that, if you rewind a little bit, I did not have that latency, the wireless signal that you see on the map, like right, do I know how to do that with the keyboard to show you? Okay, right here. You see this? This is the latency sign that says that I'm in a different world, which means I'm going to teleport back to that spot that we were talking about. And if I still have those bars, that means I'm in a different instance than I was in before. See, right there? So, as you can see, that horse guy is gone. This is how you can change your instances if you find that your instance is going to be full of bots, right? Full of people who with macros and gathering like that. So you could change it like that. You just have to remember to go to Pardon Parade, and you just look. There's gonna always be someone that is, you know, jailed up and they're doing the Pardon Parade, and you just click that, and then, you know, you just keep doing that until you find a new instance. Sometimes you might even end up in the same instance, and you just do that repeatedly. I mean, like, this is the only way that I found out that you could do to change your instance. I haven't found any other method, so take what you will, but that's one of the guides that I wanted to leave with you for those people who are watching this video and say like, oh, I already know how to gather route. This is something a little extra on top of that. So now, why don't I just get into my gathering thing? All right, so you are curious how fast I gather. So let's go back to my offline mode. So your offline gathering is going to be obviously different than your online mode gathering. Online mode gathering is going to be 5 minutes that you have, while solo mode is a 10-minute timer. Why 10 minutes, you say? Well, because your food expires in 10 minutes. The food that you want to get here is going to be chicken noodle soup, which you probably know if you already seen other people's video, but chicken noodle soup, they changed this after the patch 1.12 so that it actually translates to what it says, which is critical rate herb for gathering by 20% last 10 minutes. Now, some people suggest you to get the fish ball, which gives you 20% at 20 minutes, but it's a chance between mining and herb gathering. So if you eat it once, if you get mining, that means you have to eat another one. And then if you still get mining and you have to eat another one, then you get your herb. So I don't like chances. I'd rather take chicken noodle and spend less commerce coin rather than the fish ball, where, you know, you do get 20 minutes, but you have a chance between mining or the herb, which I don't like the chances for that. Or if you want to gather a little bit longer, you can do the 15% one, the snail meat, which is 20 minutes. I forgot where I got this, so I'm sorry for that. I think it's somewhere in, I mean, you can look it up but I think it's in Mercy Heart Town, somewhere here. But I'm gonna tell you where I got the chicken noodle, because that one I use most often. The chicken noodle is gonna be over here. So let's go to the Forsaken Quarter waypoint. So the fish ball is gonna be to the left, while the chicken noodle is gonna be to the right. So we're gonna go to the right, the food vendor. So as you can see, we're gonna run over here. I remember beating these guys up when I was doing the story. And then run. So the chicken noodle soup guy is gonna be over here. Oh yeah, you know, the chess people, you should probably do that for inner ways. Yeah, this guy, I just passed him. All right, so his name is this right here, New Mong. So you just want to click him, and sometimes it's buggy. Is like, you know, once you talk to him, then he lets you, okay, and then you go, let me have a taste. Obviously, you need to be kindred spirit, so you just buy like one dish from him, and then you'll be able to buy the 50 commerce coin. So right here, you'll get the level herb gathering to increase the critical rate for herb gathering by 20% last 10 minutes. And that's why our 10-minute timer is what we want to do to complete the world. Once we complete the world with that 10 minutes, we can jump to another world and use that again, and then complete that there, because I don't want to eat food twice. So if it takes you longer to gather for 10 minutes, then yeah, you're gonna have to eat a lot more food. But I want to try to restrict it to 10 minutes. So I'm gonna do the most efficient possible. And also, when it's that little time that you're doing, you're not gonna get burnt out by gathering like maybe 2 or 3 worlds, instead of just 1 world where you spend 20 minutes gathering and not being efficient. So we're gonna go back to the vicious area, because this is where I always start off with. And then, oh yeah, you do need to have the horse if you really want to maximize your efficiency in terms of gathering, this will, the 10-minute timer will only be effective with the horse. So if you do not have the horse, you probably don't want to watch any more of this video, because the horse is mandatory for this technique. Otherwise, you could just follow other people's guides about where their route is gathering, because it really doesn't matter at that point. But so the horse, someone on the comments below asked me, like, is the horse like 2 Harmonic horse? Because they saw it was 2, but then that's actually a different horse. So I want to show you the difference between the 2 horses. You go, so if you went to the draw shop, which you could press square, you'll see that you can exchange Harmonic cores here, right? And the person that was looking at the Harmonic core, he was looking at this one, which costs 2. But this one does not have the pedal gathering. So you must look at the pedal gathering to buy the horse. So it's not this horse, it's the one in your appearance shop, mount, and you look over here. So you can also use discounts that you get to make it cheaper. Monthly you could buy the discount stuff, and then you could stack up to 5 of those, so you could get a 50% off of it. But I only get like two coupons or something like that. So in order for you to get the coupons, if you don't know, you go to shop and you press the square button, or what's on keyboard, space, and then you go all the way down to the essence of Earth, and then you scroll down to this right here, Resonant voucher. You only can buy this once a month, and you also get 2, right? No, you but once a month. Daily login. Oh, daily login. So you get it in daily login as well as that part that I just showed you. So, okay, so you go to shop, you go to feature, and remember you press the square, and then you'll take you to here, and then you just go down to Essence of Earth, and then you'll see the Resonant voucher here, and you buy this. Usually you get a lot of these little lipstick thing that you see that for the currency. It looks like a lipstick. I don't know what you guys see, or like the lip, you know. That's how I look at it. And yeah, you get these currencies by opening the draw shop. So you get a lot of those from like just playing the game too. So you have more than enough for buying the Resonance vouchers without spending money. Okay, so now that you got your mount and you spent the money for the mount, right? I think we should start with the gathering route now, right? So we're gonna do this in real time and follow the exact position that I am in, and you'll gather all the herbs that are necessary that is around it. So being in the right position matters. If you're not in the right position, you might miss an herb or not. So pay closely and attention to how I gather things, and you will not miss a thing. Okay. So first off, let's just call our mount here. We're gonna start the timer when our food buff is on. So you go to your food buffs area, and I wish they could allow us to favorite the food so that I don't have to scroll through all of this. So, okay, so 10 minutes is our timer that we want to run. So let's go, 10 minutes. All right, let's find it. So you're gonna jump up here, gather. You're gonna gather every vicious flower that is around there. Now you run, you're gonna jump over all this, run up the stairs over here. You're gonna stand at this cliff right here, and you're gonna gather everything around there too. Then you run over here. You're gonna stand on this cliff right here. Just wait about 1 second, and it'll gather everything around here. Now you're done at this area. You're gonna go to the next area. So you run, get through this pathway, and there's gonna be like 4 vicious herbs over here, vicious flower. You just run over here, grab everything, and then turn back. The only time you do not use the circle is for this flower right here, which you just go and run, grab, and just run through. Then you go to this big tree over here, and you'll gather 3 more over here. You just circle right there, and that'll gather everything from there. Then you run down here, and you see these peonies as well. That's where I got the water stuff. So that's why I have so many. You press circle on this cliff here, you gather 2 more, and you run. Another one that you can do, grab this peony, run to this vicious because you're still on cooldown. Grab this vicious, run through on this side. You're gonna use it right now. You're gonna grab those, and then you turn around and run up the stairs. Your cooldown will be ready after that. And then you just grab another peony at this location here. You don't need to use the circle just yet. You'll use the circle right here because that thing is quite far, and then turn around. Then you grab the last flower over here. and you would have gathered every vicious flower in this location. Now we go to the next location, which is going to be here, Path of Void. I'm going to go a little fast because, you know, we're on a timer right now, 10 minutes, and I'm going to show you how fast to gather. So you're going to go right around here so you can get the orgs and also the plants that you're trying to get. Then you're going to stack up here, wait for the cooldown, and you're going to gather everything that is around here too. There's like 3 of those. And then you're just going to run all the way over here, past this cat, jump to this cliff, then do circle, then demount, run up here. You're going to call your mount right now. Get back on your mount. Do not fight the bear. It's going to take time. You're going to stack all the way right around here. Press your circle. You gathered everything on top and on bottom. You're going to run. And then there's going to be a beauty somewhere when you're running through here, and then you just grab it. You pick it up right around here. Pick it up. And then you go over here and gather everything here. Now that you're done on this part, you're going to go and go back to that same waypoint. And now you're going to go to the bottom part. So you're going to go run through past this bridge. And then you will stand like right around here, grow and gather everything. Then run over here, get the peonies right here, get this peony right here, and then stand on this bridge, wait 1 second, gather everything. You're done with this part. So now you're gonna go and gather your Buddha tears. We're gonna go to this one. And then you go up and you just press circle right at the center over here, and you gather every Buddha tear there. Then you're gonna gather the next Buddha tear. We're here, go here. Sorry if I'm going too fast. You can always pause it to see where the waypoints are. But we're on a timer, remember. I'm showing you this real time so you know that my route takes only 10 minutes and you will gather all the important gathering spots. So pause the video if you need to, if I'm going too fast, but you're gonna stand right at the center over here and you will gather every plant that is around there. Now, next one, you're gonna go all the way to, you're not gonna gather the next ones because those don't require mount. You want to stay on your mount as much as possible. So you want to go to this waypoint right here, Harmonic span, and you're going to gather right at the bridge. Okay, you're going to go right around here. Make sure you're a little bit to the left, not this much left, but right here. And then you press circle, you gather every peony there. Then you run all the way here. And you check this bottom left, and you're gonna gather here, right at the center, and then you run more. And if you check on the bottom left, you'll see how many jades I get, or those things. So you're gonna stack right at the middle here, gather all of these right here. Those way purple peonies is how I got a lot of healing potions. So that's why it's on the way. And then next one, you're gonna gather right around here, so you get some orcs too. And you go down, you come up the stairs. You run right. And remember, it's a 5-minute timer for online mode, so you're gonna skip some of the parts. But for offline mode, you're gonna do 10 minutes, not 5 minutes. So you gather this one, your stuff is still on cooldown. We don't want to wait around for it yet. Gather that one, and then you're going to press the circle button over here. Make sure you did not push the circle button before because it's going to be on cooldown. Right now you gather everything here. There are 2 Jade peonies here, as well as the way purple peonies. And then you just run straight ahead. And just, you know, knock these NPCs out the way. And run through here. Go left, go right, go left. And then you're gonna go to the center of this location, and then you gather right here, gather everything. And then you're just gonna pick these 3 up because you're on cooldown and you don't want to be on cooldown. Okay, good. Now, next location is gonna be your jasmines, which is right here, Jade Mirror Pond. You're just gonna gather this area. You're not gonna run around to gather all the jasmine in their area, but if you need jasmine, obviously you can run around and gather them all. But right here, you just stand right here, gather everything, done. You already gathered everything around that area. And that means now we're gonna go do our frost mushrooms. The frost mushroom is a little difficult. You're only gonna gather like maybe at most 5, 6 of these at once, because they're on cliffs and they only have like one stack each other. So this is the only way I know how to get a lot. So you're gonna gather here, you jump up, and for this you don't use the circle, you just pick it up with your hands. Pick it up because you're still on cooldown. Pick it up, pick it up. Okay, and then you're gonna use the circle over here so that you can get a little bit more herbs and wild fruits right here, because you don't need the circle just yet. Then you're just gonna run all the way here. There's just only one mushroom here. So you just pick that up, run, run, get across this bridge over here. So you wanna try to stay on your mount as much as possible. That is the goal. And then leave the running around when you're off of your mount. So the last part where you need your mount is over here in this purple glow lake. Okay, so you turn around and go over here and you will gather everything around here. Now you can be off of your mount. So let's go off of our mount. Let's gather the Jade peonies on the other sides. Let's go, 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 go. Calling your mount right now is going to be too time consuming, so you're just going to run and gather these here. In the next position, keep running, sprint if you can, then stop, run. I wasted some time there, I did not go through, but usually you should go through. Okay, you're done there. Let's go and run across the lake again. This is the last part of it for the Jade peonies. And you'll be done with Jade peonies for this run. And as you can see, our buff timer, we still have some time left. Gather here, gather one right here, and then the next one over here. You're done with Jade peonies now. Now, you go and finish off your Buddha tears, which one is over there. You're gonna use your lightness skills to get there. Make sure you go right on top of your mini-map, like your position, and then just do your smash down, and then you get your Buddha tears here. Buddha tears, run, run, run. Click, 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 click. Okay, done. Next one, on that side. Again, you're gonna use your lightness ability to grab that as well. Right here, run, up, jump. Make sure you just be right on top of the location so that you can just land right at it. Boom, 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 and boom. I gathered all of them. Done and done. Next one is this one over here. You're gonna have one extra beauty garment over here, so you might as well take it. We're almost out of time. Gather this, then lightness skill, jump, throw yourself over. You're gonna get these 6 over here. Boom, boom. Gather these, gather these, gather these. Next one is gonna be your jasmines. You're gonna finish off with gathering your jasmines. So this one, use your lightness skill, jump, extend, run, do anything. Do not slow down just yet. We still have a little bit left on our timer for our food. And drop down. You're gonna summon your mount here. Go back on your mount. Okay, food is gone, but that was because I messed up a little bit, but and you have finished the gathering route. So you just gather all the jasmine here. Boom. So I just got one purple jasmine right there. So as you can see, 10 minutes, good. I did mess up a little bit, but you could do a little faster if you have better loading screens than I did. But yes, that is how much you can gather. Now, you can finish off by gathering more of the mushrooms of this if you need more mushrooms, but normally you don't need a lot of these since only one mystic art ability uses it. So that's why I only do that route. Other than that, you don't need the mount to gather all the mushrooms here, but that will take up some time. So why don't we check what we just accomplished, right? So if you ever wondered how you can check if you gathered everything, you go to multiplayer, and that will it will save all of the stuff you just did on your solo experience, so that you will know that you did not miss a single thing. So hopefully I didn't miss anything this time around, right? Okay, so I'm gonna do L1, and that'll switch to my, okay, I missed one. That sucks because I normally get them all, but as you can see, you get all of these here, all of that, all gone. Even the Jade peonies done, all the Jade peonies here. See, there are a few extra, but they require you to run around, and I think that will take too much time. All right, guys, so that does it for the gathering. As you can see, this instance, no one is gathering the vicious, and I am back in the multiplayer realm. So if you do not have odds and you didn't create odds, the next best thing is go online and try your best, roll the dice, and gather the materials here. I might as well do it right now, right? Because no one's gathering. So yeah, that's 10-minute run. I don't know if anyone has a better technique. But again, remember, my thinking is that I want to try to gather as much possible in the shortest amount of time spent going to that place. So obviously, I could be gathering like every single plant that I see, even if it's like one little step, but that's going to increase your time even if it's a second or two. Remember, time is money, money is time. You don't have enough time to go back and backtrack and gather something that may be like a feet away. You know, you want to try to get as much as possible quickly, and knowing that you have multiple worlds that you can do that from, you want to jump to the next one. Because why? Well, I don't know about you, but I get tired quickly. And you know, if I'm gathering for 20 minutes, I might as well do 20 minutes of 10 minutes of this world and 10 minutes of another world to get all of those things. Or I can do 20 minutes in one world and get half the amount that I should have got, you know, double on the other side. So that's my thinking, you know. I don't know how you're thinking, but hopefully this video showed you, taught you something new, and maybe made you consider shortening your route and to these focal points, so that, you know, you kind of gather more efficient. And if those of you are just viewing this video and saying like, this guy has no credibility, why am I going to listen to how he gathers? Well, again, if you saw my previous video, then you can ignore this. But the people who do not know me, as you can see, I have 100 jasmine, 100 tier Buddha, and 100 jade pearls and frost mushroom, all these things here, right? And then you're gonna be like, oh, that's just 100. It's not that much. Well, did you ever realize that I also maxed out every single tier in the Mystic Arts ability? So everything is tier 4. Even the ones that are useless, I still maxed it out for tier 4 because I'm a completionist. Okay, so there you go. That's my credibility in terms of gathering stuff. So if you got any more questions, you know, leave them down below. Maybe I'll make a video out of that too. So I made this video solely for the person who asked for it. I wasn't going to make it because I thought like people know how to gather it. You don't need a guide for that. But I just made it because you guys suggested it. And hopefully something that I did in this video, there's something new that you obtained. Like, for example, switching instances in multiplayer. Hopefully maybe in the future we might get a better way to switch instances like other MMOs that have that ability. But so this video has gone way too long. Again, I always go a lot longer than I should have, so I won't be able to show you the 5-minute route for the multiplayer instance. Yeah, but if you're curious about that, I can make a separate video for that. But other than that, I don't feel like making that one, because if you guys know my 5-minute route, then I will be screwed, because then you guys all will do it and then I will not ever be able to gather on multiplayer again. So yeah, if this video gets a lot of, like, let's say 100 likes, I'll make that video for you. And if you ask it in the comments. If not, then I don't need to make it. All right, so, you know me, I don't like saying goodbye, so I'm just gonna cut it.